Our friend Joe is picking us up any minute, and I am so nervous. I'm definitely feeling FOMO, and I just want to be there. This kind of sucks. What I'm about to do is actually so embarrassing, but I had a feeling you'd come back and save me. I think it is time that I finally return to society because I have just been in my bedroom reading this book for the past 2 days. Finally finished. I was obsessed. And can I just say, well, first of all, these are my Dyson curls that are sitting. Don't mind them. I'm about to start getting ready. But I am not a Harry stan or a Harry fan, or at least going into this I wasn't. Like, I just know nothing about him. I don't care about the royals. I've, like, never been into any of that. They're fine. Like, whatever. They can do them. Like, I'm just an American girl who really doesn't care. And then I read this book. Guys, I know he's getting so much hate right now and everyone hates him, and I was thinking like, wow, this guy is just selling out his family, telling all these secrets, he's doing it all for money and fame or whatever. There's just so much more to it. First of all, every headline you read has to do with the few intimate details of family life he told. It really wasn't that much, by the way. It really wasn't. Like, it was more so about his life, not all the family secrets. He held back a lot. And then also, the end makes you realize why he did this in the first place. He and Meghan, obviously Meghan Markle, his wife, have done interviews and did that like Netflix docuseries, and they're the ones saying it from their mouth, right? So we're thinking Harry and Meghan are telling all these things. But did you ever consider the fact that they're not the only ones who are telling secrets? Did you ever consider the fact that when it says palace sources say or sources say, who's spilling all of these details? You know what I mean? Like, they're just very out in the open about it. I just like love holding this book. Also, I normally read with a Kindle, so it just feels so nice to like cuddle up to a book. That's weird. Okay, but I don't know. I just have so many thoughts, guys. Oh man, I feel like I literally am returning to Earth right now. I have like not been on Earth these past couple days. And by the way, a lot of people always like talk about like reading as being so good. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good that you read so much, which I agree, but also not really. I've been sitting on my butt the past couple days. Like, I need to get up. I need to get out. I need to like live my life. My one warning though with this book, look at the price tag. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. $36. So make sure you get it for 30% off. Most places are selling it for 30% off. Oh, and really quickly, one other thing I wanted to say that I loved about the book is he wasn't rewriting history. You know how someone might write about, let's say it's this person who's writing about their friend Betsy, and she and Betsy had a huge falling out about a decade after their friendship started. And then that taints everything she says about Becky. Becky from the beginning was this. Becky, that wasn't the case at all. He wrote such nice things about Kate, about his brother, about his dad. He even wrote about the ex-girlfriends he's had, not in like a, I knew it was wrong for me. Like, he wrote, like, I loved them. Like, you know what I mean? So I loved that. I hate reading autobiographies where it feels like they're like rewriting history and not telling the truth. So anyway, okay. I'm gonna shut up now, but that was so freaking good. Whew, okay, I kind of like don't even feel like talking anymore because I just filmed a really long Q&A that I know I'm probably gonna cut down to like 15 minutes because I don't like when Q&As just drag, and I haven't filmed a dedicated Q&A in so long, but I just feel like with all of my recent life changes, I just need like to get it all open and out in the air because I've been getting so many questions, so many confused comments, so that'll be good to upload. Hopefully that'll go up before this video. But the other thing I've been doing tonight, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty embarrassing, but listen, I mean business. I have been watching pickleball videos, pickleball tips, because I'm determined to become a great pickleball player, and I'm excited because Carly and I and a bunch of people we know are going to be doing a pickleball tournament, which is another reason a lot of people are like, why are you not in Ohio with Zach? I gotta be here for at least the pickleball tournament at the end of January. And on, what was it, on New Year's Eve, we were at Carly's place drinking. We ended up designing shirts for the pickleball tournament that everyone will wear. And in my mind, I was like, okay, great. It was fun designing the shirts when we were drunk, but tomorrow we'll wake up and see if we actually like this design. However, Carly had other plans and she actually purchased the shirts right there and then, however many of them, like I think 20 something of them. And guys, Carly got the shirts the other day. Okay, let me just show you. So immediately we're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is the color we wanted, like a nice pale pink. I think will look great. We wanted this ink, like kind of like a dark blue, and we called ourselves the Long Island Lumberjacks, which, oh my gosh, wait, I actually have it over here. Carly and I and our friend played in this basketball tournament. Like, you sign up in groups of maybe 3 or 4, so it was just 3 of us, and we made these shirts. Can you see that? That's me, by the way, with the ball. It looks like a little chipmunk, but these shirts that said Long Island Lumberjacks, it was so embarrassing because, like, most people just wore, like, whatever basketball jersey that they already had. We designed these shirts. And I loved that name, Long Island Lumberjacks. I'm a very big fan of alliteration, so we decided, you know what? Let's bring back the Long Island Lumberjacks Pickleball Tournament 2023. And we put a photo of a lumberjack on the shirts, not realizing until we had the shirts in our hands and we could see up close, the lumberjack is covered in blood. Like, it's all over his mouth and his hands and his axe, and like, that's so weird. And now it's like so embarrassing that like we have the shirts for everyone. Like, everyone's gonna have to wear these. So, and originally Zach was supposed to be on my team, but I don't think Zach's gonna be able to come back to New York, not with all of his health problems. So I am currently teammate-less, but I'm trying to convince Carly to be my partner because I think we would own it, but it is still very much so up in the air. And I'm currently also just waiting for Zach to FaceTime me. I sound so lame, like the lame like housewife who's like, I'm just waiting for him to call, but we have not FaceTimed since he left or spoken on the phone. So I mean, okay, right now it's Thursday, he left on Monday, so I make it sound like it's been weeks, but obviously, I would like to see him, but he is visiting his grandma, and then I think he's gonna call me after. But so far, the long distance, it's kind of just reminding me of how it was in the beginning of our relationship when we were dating to Cincinnati. Obviously, we were seeing each other a lot more than we are seeing each other now because, you know, we saw each other every single weekend. But yeah, it's weird like texting him because I don't text Zach anymore. We live together. Other than like, hey, can you get bread at the store? You know what I mean? So it's weird that like, we're texting again, but it's kind of just like, it's like very reminiscent. And honestly, I feel like missing people makes you appreciate them that much more. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a good thing to be apart. Like, okay, like every 2 years that we're married, we should go 4 months apart. But it makes me, you know, appreciative, and I'm excited to FaceTime him tonight. Although I think my mom and I are planning on watching a movie, so we'll see if it actually happens. I remember that would happen when we were doing like our short distance. It's like, we'd be like, okay, great, like I'll FaceTime you after dinner, and then one person would be busy. I will say, Zach is a much better long distance person than I am. At least that's how it was when we were first dating. Like, he was better about organizing calls and texting. I just feel like I don't know. I'm not as good at it, but I feel like he is our fearless leader who helps us get through this time. And honestly, it's nicer being long distance as an engaged couple because I feel like doing long distance in a relationship like boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, like everything's still so up in the air. Like, you could break up tomorrow. I mean, obviously we still could break up tomorrow, but you know what I mean? Every once in a while you're just like, oh, okay, like, is this like going somewhere? Like, it was, I knew it was, but it's just, everything is so like unofficial. I don't know. But now it's just, I'm just comfortable. I'm like, yeah, he's in Ohio, but we're getting married, so it's all gonna be good. Oh my goodness, I just ran into a childhood friend of mine and her family who I have not seen in over a decade. Like, seriously. Oh my, like, that's why being home is so cool. Like, I'm just seeing all these people I haven't seen in so long. And like, obviously, I like kept up with her and her family on social media, but like, what the heck? And I just did burn boot camp leg day, so I'm not really too sweaty because it was mostly just like really getting those muscles. But like, oh my gosh, I've been seeing so many people I haven't seen in forever. And that's because normally when I come to Long Island, I'm only home for like a week, if that. And it's just been great. I just got more of this protein. I tried it a couple weeks ago. I really liked it. It's the organic protein Orgain in vanilla. Then when I ran out of it, I tried this stuff because I couldn't find the Orgain at the store. This tasted awful. Does anyone else have experience with Vega? Because I feel like it's pretty popular. It just tasted so unbelievably artificial. And I've been off my chocolate oatmeal kick. I've really been enjoying the banana smoothies lately, which I feel like it's good to like switch it up every once in a while. I just felt like I was having so many carbs for every single meal. Like, it just did not feel good. So this has been a lifesaver. With this stuff, yeah, it's 2 scoops. 1, 2. And then I already have water in here, and I don't put in any ice. The key is to get a frozen banana because then it's just gonna be that much more rich in texture. I feel like ice kind of waters it down a bit. And voila, there you go. I've got my banana smoothie, my coffee, and my water, my lineup of liquids. But let me know if you guys have any suggestions for protein powders, because I'm not married to this stuff. Like, it's good, but I'd be curious to try something else maybe. And today my mom is at the store. She really wants to go out to eat. No part of my body or soul wants to go out to eat. I have groceries. I hate wasting groceries. And I just really want to eat at home. Like, since I've been on Long Island, obviously I've been very excited about certain places I used to go to. So I feel like I've been eating out more, and it just, like, I just don't like it. I love cooking at home, having home cooked meals. And then, like, obviously on the weekend splurging. I guess technically the weekend starts now, but like, we'll see. Oh no, my orangeness is even worse than I feared. I have realized I cannot self-tan 2 days in a row because I was feeling a little pale. So I decided to do self-tan on Wednesday night, and then I'm like, we're gonna go in on Thursday night too, and you're gonna wake up looking like a goddess, and that is not what has happened. So let's try to cover this up. I'm just doing some light makeup today because I have pickleball tonight. I'm playing with Carly, and then a couple of our friends. I don't know exactly who's going, but we shall see. It's gonna be fun. My whole life revolved around pickleball. Like, I'm obsessed. I just texted Zach saying flights to California right now, at least I guess I didn't look at Cincinnati, but from JFK, where I live, are so cheap for February. And we were talking about possibly doing a California trip, obviously barring his health. I think he really needs to get his tests first and just see how things are going. But just because we are not doing like soul traveling right now, like the whole digital nomad thing, doesn't mean I want to stop visiting new places, you know what I mean? And I think it would be cool to at least see the West before we make the move to Florida. I don't know. I mean, we need to just get his tests. I'm just not hopeful at this point that the tests are going to reveal anything. I don't know. I mean, why would I be? It's been so long. I'm sorry. I'm being so pessimistic. Oh my gosh. That's the thing. I feel like sometimes on YouTube, people are like, oh my gosh, how are you so like optimistic and blah, blah, blah. I'm actually not that optimistic. I'm very realistic. I like to be pleasantly surprised instead of the other way around. So I think I just like say like, oh, we're not going to find anything, to like then have like, oh my gosh, like a nice surprise. It is crazy what just a little bit of foundation does to your skin. Like, I'll never forget when I was in, I think, freshman year of high school, when I discovered liquid foundation, it was like game over. Like, my world had changed. It's just like evens it out in such a wonderful way. I need to go into my sack of unused products. You guys know, like, I buy a lot of things in bulk so that I always have them here. This is like Clancy's Beauty Supply because, okay, I've been using the Laura Mercier translucent powder in honey. It's like translucent honey, which is cool for a night out, but when I'm just trying to be natural, like, I don't need any more orange to my face. So I think I have some that are just regular translucent. Is this it? Yes! Okay, this is what I bought all of the honeys when I was reporting, because when I'm reporting, I get very washed out by the lights, so a little bit of a, you know, a little glow is nice. But now that I'm not reporting, I don't need the glow. I just want to be, like, natural. And I remember one time, and this happened actually a couple times, but one time in particular, I was interviewing someone, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, what makeup are you using? I love it. And I've never been good at my eye makeup. Like, it's fine, but I've never been, like, an eye makeup whiz. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so flattered. Like, I'm using Sin from whatever palette, and then I go in with like the wing and this and that. And she's like, no, I mean like your face. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that requires no like talent, you know what I mean? It's just the product, which, by the way, I always tell everyone, Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in Sand Beige. At least that's my color, obviously. Yours might be different. Okay, do you guys see the difference that just curling my lashes made? I've been seeing so many people do this on TikTok. Just with an eyelash curler, the difference, and by the way, these, I don't know if you guys have like a bad set of lashes, like my left eye, the lashes are just better. This is my bad eye, and it like, these things are curled, oh my gosh. Oh, and sadly, my lash curl, like the perm I got, has definitely worn off. And I was considering, I've never thought I'd say this, I really don't think I will, but the freaking, what is it, lash extensions, like a natural one, I just feel like, I don't know, they just look so good, but it's a lot of money. And I don't want to damage my natural lashes. This is the finished makeup. Just going with a little natural something something. Don't mind the hair. Guys, I'm so annoyed because with the Dyson, you truly do wake up the next morning with beautiful hair, but I work out. Like, what do you do when you work out? Because look at it. Like, it's awful after my workouts. And you might be like, why didn't you wash it? I know, but I'm playing pickleball tonight. Like, I'm such, what's the word? Like, this is why I could never work a shift like 2 p.m. to 11, like a night shift, or like not night, but afternoon shift because I'm just always thinking about what am I doing tonight? What am I doing later? And that's what happened when I worked at Victoria's Secret. I almost always worked like the later shift. Like, I don't know, maybe I started work at like 3 p.m. or something. And it just my entire day was wake up. Oh, I've worked today at 3. Eat breakfast. You have worked today at 3. Like, it's all I thought about. And the same goes for, I've only filled in on night side in the news industry a couple of times. Hated it because my whole day is ruined. Like, I like getting off work at like 12:30 and then being like, like we're done. So that was just, I don't know, that was a random fun fact. Let's see, I think my mom's back from going grocery shopping and I believe we're headed into town. Walter and I are about halfway through our walk and the man decided he's done walking. Come on, Walt. He's just done. He's over it. Walter, you can't do this to us. He does it every time. Come on, let's go. Let's go home. Come on. He works on his own time. He's just chilling. This is not an ideal situation. Come on, Walt. You can't do this to us. Come on. I feel too bad like yanking him. I feel like he's so sensitive. Oh my gosh, my dad has a common pull, Walter.
Oh, you have the bloody camera on?
Yeah, I have the camera on, but he won't, like, we've been stuck here for so unbelievably long. I guess you have to, I'm just too scared to yank him, but the Irish way. Meanwhile, my dad's van is just right there. Walking Walter is actually a nightmare. And guys, don't judge my dad. Dad really yanked him. I feel like the Irish, they don't, what would you say about the Irish and animals? They're, at least in our experience, they don't like, my dad loves Walter. Like Walter and my dad are BFFs, but my dad could be a little like, maybe hard on animals. I don't know. I mean, my granddad, when he was training his dogs, because they were like
working dogs,
like for the sheep and all, if they ever like went out of line or like didn't do what they were supposed to, the punishment, he would put Rosie's paw in her collar, like her back paw for the night. Like, that's so, and when I was there, Jazz and I, my cousin, we would like undo the paw because we were like, that's not happening when we're here. But I don't know, they have a way. And then Dad was like, what is it like when horses, like, where you do that? I didn't get that on camera, where you're like, go horse, like, as, we probably looked so stupid. Anyway, we're going.
I never have these problems with my Walter.
Well, you and Walter have like a special bond.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because you obviously saved Walter, but I feel like Walter like is like your little companion when you're on bed rest too.
No, I know, but my thing always that I think is if Walter were a comfort animal, but it's all about his comfort, not mine.
Looks like New Yorkers are very passionate about Valentine's Day. My dad developed a weird hobby over the pandemic. Mom, you explain what it is.
We had all these gray cement. They were always here. You don't even remember them because they were like gray cement. And he just set up his little workshop and started painting. And then it's faded since, but even the yellow bows, I thought that's the one that looks like Clancy.
He like got so into it, like with the detail.
Some of them, if you look at their eyes and like eyelashes.
And the green and the red. Okay, I'm right now at Carly's house. Our friend Joe is picking us up any minute. And I am so nervous. Sports anxiety. Can anyone confirm that it's a thing? When I was younger, I was so nervous before every single sports game. I'll never forget one time my parents asked me to get paper towels in the basement. I feel like I've told this story on YouTube before. And I was in like 3rd grade. I'm not kidding. This is pretty horrible to admit. I considered throwing myself down the stairs and breaking a leg so I didn't have to play my soccer game. Like I just don't do well under pressure. And I feel like tonight we're gonna be playing with some good people and I'm a little nervous. So we're gonna pull through though. I really feel as though I will. And I'm talking about, okay, do you ever get sports anxiety? This is like a D1 college athlete.
Honestly, like I'm a little nervous that they're gonna be good, yeah. In a good way. Like once we like start touching the ball, I'll be locked in.
Is that my paddle?
Yeah.
Carly, don't touch my paddle. You're gonna ruin. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, here.
Sports anxiety? Oh my gosh, for track, yes, absolutely.
Oh, I feel like track, especially because you're not doing anything before it. You know what I mean?
It's just like you wait hours and hours and hours for your event. And the half marathon, same thing.
Wish us luck. Okay, I was very lame when it came to vlogging last night, guys. I'm sorry, but I was playing pickleball with people I don't really know that well, and I think that's pretty weird to record people without their permit. Like, it just would have been weird, you know what I mean? Like, I have no problem, I can't explain it. Like, I have no shame. Like, I'll vlog whatever, but also I respect people's boundaries so much. I just think it's weird to like secretly record people, but last night was fun. Carly and I went back to her place and then we started just booking like pickleball times for next week because these things are booking out. Like we were only able to get 9 p.m. 9 to 10:30. Zach just texted that he sold one of his football cards for $750. Oh, Dad, welcome. You want to be in the vlog today?
Another riveting video.
It is pretty riveting, if I do say so myself. Is it banana sandwich time?
Yeah, about 20 minutes. Do you want to wait and videotape it?
Yep, 20 minutes, all right. I'll be here. I don't really have any plans for today though. I slept through Burn Boot Camp, which I didn't set an alarm. I kind of just wanted to like sleep in, and then I don't know. It's freezing outside.
If you don't have plans today.
Shut up, Dad. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my true friends, the weirdos, as you called.
Jesus.
What? Did you think it was weird when I was like recording myself when I was young, like in my bedroom? Like were you like, what the heck?
Don't remember.
Really?
Kinda. Oh, I didn't mind.
Well, I'm not saying you minded.
Well, no, I didn't. I don't know what I thought. Jesus, not. I barely remember where I was this morning. I remember back.
Oh wait, did you have fun at the Irish Center last night?
Yeah.
I always find it funny. Tell everyone like what you. There's an Irish Center where all of the Irish people stick together.
We don't stick together. We play cards.
I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, he takes everything at face value. It's just funny that like Irish people like come together.
To stick, but it's an Irish game, you know. So nobody else. Who else would it be? I did cheat last night.
You cheated?
Well, you know when the older people like to hold out the cards like that. I just glanced one time and I knew they looked.
Dad.
Well, it's hard not to, like the bloody things like her. It's just hard not to. Done it one time.
At least you admitted it. You're guilty.
Yeah, I've got what they call Irish guilt, Irish Catholic guilt.
Yeah, I definitely have that. I have the most guilty conscience known to mankind.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you do wrong?
If I do the slightest thing wrong. Like, for example, in school when people would cheat, not me. If I cheated, I'd go home and, like, cry.
You go home and cry?
I'm kidding. Dad, do you not know, like, humor?
Of course I do. No, you were classic, Jesus.
What I'm about to do is actually so embarrassing, but a couple of weeks ago, I went to the mall and I saw this very specific sweater, like a crew neck in Hollister. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's like, I think it was like $50, maybe like in the 40s. And I'm like, I can't just do this. Like, I have a million, like, I don't need that. I have not been able to stop thinking about it. And I know that sounds so stupid. Guys, when you see this sweater, you're gonna be like, this is nothing. But I felt it, it was so soft. It was like my favorite color. I have no crew necks in this color. And honestly, when Zach left, he did it in such a rush. And I just was trying to think like, I don't know what to like keep and what to pack with him because obviously I just have like basically a suitcase worth of things on Long Island since I'm gonna be flying to Ohio. And so I like barely have any clothes. Like I have just been rotating the same like 2 crew necks because let's be real, 90% of the time I'm wearing comfy clothes. Like I don't need to get dressed up. I really have like no dressy clothes here at all. All I have are leggings. Like I didn't have like time to like strategically plan, and I don't know guys, I need this sweater. We're going to the mall. It'll also be good just to walk around because 30 degrees, I've been cooped up. Like this is why I hate the winter. I'm just like a lazy, awful human in the winter because walking around is sad. All right, so fun little story time alert. It was at this mall several years ago. I was in college. A guy hit my car on purpose while I was in it and then proceeded to drive away. We were in like some sort of traffic jam and he was annoyed that I wasn't moving, but I couldn't move. If I moved, I would have hit the next person. So he rammed into my car and then just quickly sped off. I was like freaking out, like what the heck just happened? Next thing I know, this guy starts driving toward me so fast and he's like, don't worry about it, I'm an undercover cop, I got him. So the undercover cop starts chasing him. Actually, they somehow like got to him, like they found him and arrested him and everything. And then I obviously had to go through all the insurance and whatnot because my car was pretty bad, not badly damaged, but it was damaged. And it turned out me and this guy had the same exact birthday, like September 10th, 1995. And I'm like, I can't believe my birthday twin did that to me. But yeah, like people are just crazy here. I can't even, it's like a whole nother ball game. Even just like, I know obviously malls will be crowded everywhere, but do you see Oh, it's so windy, I'm gonna die. But do you see how many cars are here? I just spent the most unnecessary $73 of my life, but sometimes you just have to do things that make you happy, you know? So the sweatshirt, guys, I even like saw it again and I'm like, wow, this isn't as great as I was hyping it up to be in my head. Because I have a rule, if it's an unnecessary purchase, I more often than not don't make the purchase, and if I keep thinking about it, then I'll go back and make it. Most of the time, like 99% of the time, I forget about it, obviously, but this one, I don't know. I think it's just because I don't have a lot of clothes at home, and I just love this color. Do you guys see it? And it's the material. It's so soft, and it's soft on the inside. It says Joshua Tree on it. Not that I've ever been, but I just love it. It's oversized. Like, I just needed it, okay? And then they had another sweatshirt that was equally as comfortable for sale for like $25, and I'm like, okay, it's pink too, but a different shade, okay? Like, there's a lot of variety here because you've got your bubblegum pink, you've got your soft pink, and this one is plain for the most part, and then it just says Hollister, California in super small writing. Once again, super oversized, and I figured honestly I could even just like leave some of this clothing at my parents' house for when I visit. Like, I don't necessarily have to take all of it with me, and then when I come to New York I won't have to pack that much. Also, it's the time of the year when it's so freaking cold, and like oh my gosh, this man, he's probably wondering, I'm sorry, man, but my fingers shrink when it's colder, and they swell when I work out, when I get hot. But my ring is just like spinning like crazy this time of the year. Luckily, it's not like, it's never gonna come off. Like, I have enough of a knuckle, if that makes sense. I don't know. I've never liked my fingers okay. I changed into one of my sweaters. I just like love it for no reason at all. Like, it's not even anything special, but it's been on my mind. And I think I'm just gonna have a chill night in. I've just been doing a little bit of work, editing and stuff like that. Zach is going out in Cincinnati tonight because his parents just left for the ski trip today. I totally forgot, and Zach's obviously not going on it anymore. So he went to Cincinnati. I think one of his friends is doing like a party type thing at a bar I often frequented. I'm definitely feeling FOMO, and like I just want to be there, and this kind of sucks, and I don't know, it just feels weird not being there, but I'm just gonna have a chill night, maybe like watch a movie or something. I always say that. I literally, my brain does not watch movies. I cannot. I tried the other night with my mom and I made it like 20 minutes in. Like, unless it's a thriller, I just can't watch it. And honestly, I feel like I'd rather maybe start a book on my Kindle or something like that. I have not been reading since finishing Prince Harry's book because it was just so good, and I'm like, nothing is ever going to live up to it. And also, I'm finally starting to experiment with putting my hair in its signature bun. It's just too short though. Like, you can see all these pieces in the back. It's ever since the chop, it just hasn't been successful, but finally, like, it is growing. I've even looked at old videos and pictures from when I first got it cut, like, what was it, 2 months ago? And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, it's growing. I feel like my hair does grow kind of fast, guys. My gray hairs are getting out of hand. Like, they're there. They are evident. They're like silver. And it's just like every once in a while you just see like a silver. It's disgusting. And I don't want to dye my hair though. Like, it's not so bad right now that I feel like I have to dye it, but I feel like it's a matter of time. Like, I'm a ticking time bomb over here. And I started getting grays at like 21, so I knew this was coming. But anyway, just gonna have a chill night in. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Very all over the place. I feel like that's a very common theme with my videos nowadays, but sometimes I like watching videos that are all over the place anyway, so it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.